Welcome to the Privy. I am Courtney, joined today by none other than the famous Connor.
Oh, I'm famous now.
You are famous. Connor is
Hello, everybody.
just got off of a plane from...
Oh, Columbus, Ohio.
Why you say it like that? Ain't that where you from?
Well, no, I was like, this is why I look all frumpy. Yeah, that's where I'm from originally. So I was home for Easter, and we had a little birthday celebration for my older brother, me, and my younger brother, because we all go March, April, May.
Okay.
So it's the only time we were all going to be home, and Tierney and Carson were very happy about that.
And you were there for like a surprise something.
That was in Chicago.
Okay.
So
See,
I was.
You see how he famous, y'all? He got stuff going on. Came straight from the plane, straight to record.
That's right. And the MTA always somewhat reliable. But anyway, I was in Chicago for a friend's surprise engagement party. She had no idea. They knew about the party, but I was the surprise. So they didn't know that I was going to be there, which was really exciting. So
I do know how a surprise works.
I think I was more nervous about it than they might have been, like just walking into the house and seeing all the decorations that we had put up. And so I have a little video of it I can show you later. But it was so exciting. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, I gotta breathe. I was so nervous. And I don't know why. Who knows why? But it was very fun. But where are you coming from?
Oh my God! I just had some work. Some work this morning I had to get done.
That threw you off, didn't
Working on the website.
Hey!
And theprivypodcast.com is coming soon, guys. I've been talking about it for the past 3 episodes. I promise it's actually coming.
It's the suspense. You just really keep them on their toes.
Yeah. People are gonna be over it by the time it launches.
What would the equivalent be for ears? You know, you don't keep ears on their toes. Never mind. That was bad.
So, getting into today's topic. So, right before you left, me and you both watched
Love, Simon.
Yes.
We had been meaning to see it for a long time.
I know.
And we tried to see it together, but our schedules just didn't align, which I think actually works better because I want to know. Well, first of all, for anybody who's listening, Love, Simon is a recently released movie, and it's kind of the first gay romantic, not even, I wouldn't say
romantic comedy.
Is it a rom-com? Okay, yeah, but it's like a
Rom-com.
high school gay narrative, and it's really cute. It's based off the book Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda, and I can't remember who it's by.
Okay.
But that's the book, and that they renamed the movie because there's a lot of artistic liberties taken, and the cast actually, which is kind of funny, so many of them come from 13 Reasons Why, the Netflix show, 13 Reasons
wow,
Why. Yeah,
okay. I didn't realize
Langford, Miles Heiser, amongst others. But I want to know, so what did you think
Oh
of
my God, this
the
is so
movie?
good.
It's gotten, by the way, really good
92%
reviews.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So you know that is my Bible.
That's huge. Mm-hmm.
I initially was just like, meh. I was. I think having reflected on it, so for me is I went into it expecting a lot, expecting not drama, but like a little bit more like below the surface. And I think
Like a little more development, a little more
emotion,
maybe? Okay.
And the two guys, shout out to my movie maidens. I've been going out to the movies with my two friends, Alfie and Alex.
I wanted
shout
to
out
go
to
so
you.
I
Gotta
could meet
come.
them.
Yeah, you gotta meet them next time.
Alfie and Alex.
Alfie and Alex.
Okay, I'm very
Clearly,
much looking forward to meeting
oh my
you
God,
two.
that's amazing. And so they loved it. They really, really enjoyed it. I think Alex was a little emotional, actually. I did not have that same... It was just like...
Do you think that was where you are in your life or at the night?
I think it's where I'm at in my cinema favorites. I think it's hard to develop something like that or go into that after having seen Moonlight and Beach Rats and Call Me by Your Name.
Very
and to
heavy.
See that, and to see, and I compare it to seeing The Notebook, Titanic, and then watching Love Actually.
What was that second movie?
Titanic. I know. I said, how dare you?
There was an extra T in there. You just can't insult my favorite movie, so just know that I will always defend it.
Oh, okay. Titanic? Oh my God, can I get this together? What is wrong with me? You know what I'm saying?
I'm the one who was just on a plane. I feel like I should have the excuse.
Seeing though, like something with that type of love like that depth, and then watching like Love Actually or My Best Friend's Wedding. Not to say that those movies are anything less. They just weren't what I was looking for. I was looking for a little bit more depth. I do think the acting was cute for what it was. I think it was like a teen coming of age type movie.
Yeah.
I really had a problem with that message board, whatever that little blog thing was on the movie. Not saying spoiler alert. I don't know
if I grew up in suburban America. I don't think that is something that goes on now, but that was weird.
That was did not
I feel like it would be taken down.
Yeah, it's just weird.
I feel like it wouldn't have just been, freedom of speech, be able to have this.
I found Jennifer Garner. I am messing up. I do know how to speak, people, I promise.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah. Now's not one of those times.
Now, definitely not. Jennifer Garner, I did not love. I just found
her character, her performance, her
character and performance. I never have followed her. But it made me realize, like, oh, okay. I never need to see another movie with you in it again. I was not moved by that speech, that accepting speech that she gave him. Yeah. And I directly compared it to Call Me By Your Name. Like
with the father.
Thing. And it's just like...
It's night and day.
It is. And I think it's unfair for me to judge it so harshly, but I am just...
It's because of your expectation.
Yeah, the expectation ruined it for me. I want to
play devil's advocate, this is a movie just getting into... I think, trying to make this in mainstream media. Because Call Me By Your Name, yes, it made it into mainstream, but at the same time, it's technically like an indie film.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is supposed to be... Love, Simon's like a big blockbuster.
Yeah. Should have been on ABC Family, but go ahead. No shade, but shade.
Oh, definitely shade. So I get how it was almost like Disney-fied.
Yeah.
It's Call Me By Your Name.
That little
Disney-fied.
dance sequence, if you don't get out of my face, the dance sequence that he did, it really just made me very...
Well, and I expected, going along the Jennifer Garner speech, like I expected to be moved there, and I wasn't.
Wait, okay, so tell me what you think, because I've been rambling.
I walked out very much like, well, I had fun. I'm glad I have Movie Pass.
Oh, shit.
But let's also, to be honest, I don't want to spend $17 when I'm just staring at a screen.
Yeah.
$17 is a steal if I'm going to Broadway.
Yeah.
And seeing like actual human beings do stuff.
Right.
And I know there's stuff anyway behind the scenes for movies, but
I think it was great for the culture. I will say
that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, kudos to everybody who made it. Looking forward to more things that come along like that. We need another Brokeback that isn't so much like an opening into, oh, this is what it's like in this community. More of just, this is a love story.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like we need a Notebook, but of two men, or a Notebook of two women, where Love, Simon, it's a window. It's like an entrance into it. And it was cute. And I expected to like tear up, but I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was totally expecting a different response from you.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to come in here and love it. I'm so glad we didn't watch it together. So
I mean, so with I like to do lettering ratings, so I would probably give it like a B+. So still pretty positive.
Yeah.
It was good.
I would definitely say positive. I'm sorry. Did I attack it that much? I probably would give it about a 7.
No, you were like, meh.
It's meh.
Yeah, well then, okay, what's a 7 out of A through F?
B to C, right?
Yeah, I mean 7's like a 70, so I mean that'd be like a C.
Yeah, D.
Maybe a C+.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can
You'll
live
give
with
it that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can live with that.
Yeah. I mean, so with Love, Simon, the main girl, Catherine Langford, has really kind of come on the scene.
Yeah.
She was nominated for a Golden Globe for 13 Reasons Why.
Okay.
That Netflix series. I know I'm having a little trouble too.
Did you flub on a word too? Okay. Interesting. Okay.
That I could not finish. I could not finish 13 Reasons Why. It was just so dark and so slow and so drawn out. And now they're coming out with a season 2, which makes no sense because it's one book by Jay Asher. Anyway, so Nick Robinson's the main guy. He's Simon. Josh Duhamel, I think, actually does a really good job as the father.
I think he was
as
pretty
a father
good.
figure. Yeah, just kind of like being very confused, but also that like macho, like, can I still make these jokes without insulting you?
Yeah.
And it was a mixed message, because what was it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be a coming of age, like he actually has difficulty with this? Because the whole trailer was, I have a big secret.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then the guy, all the guys that he thinks are gay, and then the one that actually, his name is Kanan. Sorry if I'm butchering this. Lonsdale, KeiYnan.
Not the spelling.
Yeah, I mean that's your spell. Yeah. So he is Miles Heiser is he's in 13 Reasons Why as well. Nick Robinson is not, and then Joey Polari, who plays, oh, what is his character's name? But the one who actually wants to he befriends Simon to get close with his friend.
Yes,
the girlfriend.
Yes.
And I was like, it better be him.
Yeah. Oh my god,
It's the brown eyes thing. I just brown eyes get me, and dark hair gets me. But anyway, so this Kanan guy actually, so he's in music. He's a musical artist.
Okay.
And so Billboard, I don't know why I just found out this thing, but Billboard has what's called, it's Billboard Pride, and they just started their ninth month of what they call Queer Necessities, and it's a whole list of songs by LGBTQ artists or allies, and he has one song on it, this Kanan Lonsdale guy, and it's called Kiss the Boy, and I was just listening to it on the way here. It was really good. It was like a sultry R&B, soulful, but somewhat with a hip-hop beat to it, so I would definitely suggest listening to that, everybody. It's called Kiss the Boy, and relatively deep lyrics in there. I didn't have a chance to write one down, but he's writing from personal experience, which I enjoy that when the artist, shares something. And that goes back to an old conversation that we've had about artists and should they be, anyway.
Responsible.
Yeah, exactly. But then there was another song on that, High Horse, which is a new song released from Casey Musgrave's new album. And you have never heard of her before.
You want to just put my business out in the streets?
I'm putting it out in the streets. Not that this is really...
Don't know who she is.
Well, you don't really listen to country.
Not really.
Yeah, so she's like country pop. I feel like if we played Follow Your Arrow, you might recognize the song. She was recognized for a Grammy back in, I can't remember when.
A couple of years ago.
It was a while ago, yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, a couple years ago, for Best New Artist.
Okay.
And yeah, I just loved that song, Follow Your Arrow. But she has her third album's coming out. It is, what is it called? Golden Hour. And then I just love the name of her first album. So she's a country girl, right? Same trailer, different park. And then the second one was Pageant Material. Yeah, all really good. But I would suggest you listen to her stuff. Because I'd love to have a conversation.
No, wait, is she a lesbian?
No.
How does it...
Her lyrics. So there are songs that have inherent queer narratives.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and so actually two guys on Vulture recently listed an entire
Vulture Insight. So the Vulture Insider says.
I have to shout out to them. No, so you also had noticed this, San Francisco Airport.
Yes.
Yes.
Get right into it. San
So,
Francisco Airport Terminal 1
is
in the stage of renaming
it to like Harvey Milk Terminal.
Yeah.
They're going to do a lot of art that depicts different parts of his life.
Into it. Love it.
Yeah, but the guy so this has been going on for a while. It's been 5 years in the making, and they originally wanted to name the entire, they wanted to name the whole airport after Harvey Milk. And this dude, David Campos, was supervising this whole thing, and he was getting death threats.
Shut up.
Yeah, because they're still naming it after Harvey Milk is still rather provocative.
Wow.
So they finally got it for Terminal 1, and they're undergoing renovations anyway, so they were able to use the money that they were going to get a new sign. Okay, we just need to change the lettering on the sign. So it's like it's really not that financially burdensome.
Do you know if the death threats have stopped, or are they still?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty intense.
Has it stopped because it went from the whole airport to just one terminal?
Probably.
Oh, give them a terminal.
I know. It's like, just give them a terminal, which I think, I don't know. I need to do some more research on this, but do you know of any other airports that
Name a terminal.
A terminal.
Yeah. Well,
You know, not an entire airport.
yeah, you sent it to me, and when I was researching, I was like, a terminal? I thought it was a whole...
Right.
But
Where are
hey,
you going?
it's
Oh, I'm going to
progress.
Harvey Milk Terminal.
I'd be like, what?
Terminal HM. Or Terminal Milk. You know? Like, that's what it's... I don't know if that's going to be in everybody's nomenclature.
It's very progressive. So
Yes.
listen.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah. And speaking of progressive, we
Oh,
got a
God.
transition here. Did you ever watch Golden Girls or Gilmore Girls?
Golden Girls definitely have seen
both
every
of the
episode.
GGs. Okay.
Definitely have never seen an episode of Gilmore Girls. Cannot tell you if one of the Gilmore Girls. I'm assuming that they are actually people like the girls. I guess their last name is Gilmore. Whatever.
Yeah.
If they walked in the store, would not know who they are at all. Continue.
Okay. Well, the writers behind both of those shows,
Now, are they the same writers or two different writers? In there?
same writers for both shows,
Wow.
Stan Zimmerman and Jason Berg.
Older men.
They're older.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden Girls was back in the day.
I know, so they must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have to check that. I mean, because the sources said both,
Okay.
GGs. But they are working on a pilot for a senior citizen, sitcom about senior citizen gay men in Palm Springs.
Shut up. That'd be pretty amazing. I'm excited.
I'm seeing it being like Grace and Frankie plus Hot in Cleveland, but maybe a little bit more dramatic, minus the menopause.
Have they?
Or I guess minus the post-menopause.
Have they released any information as to like how many characters, anything like that?
It's still very
Ooh, hot
in
off
the
the
works.
press. Look at this.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited because it's going to be a sitcom because I don't want a reality show.
Oh no,
I don't want because Palm Springs itself is. Have you ever been there?
I have not. Well, I have.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So I used to live in LA, as most
Right.
people know. I've been there to go shopping in Palm Springs. There's this
At the
great
outlet?
Ooh,
Yeah! Oh wait, I've only driven past it. I've never
it's
actually
a good
been.
outlet. It's the Cabazon outlet.
Yes.
Correct?
And it's
Ooh,
like
she's
it's
good.
Woodbury Commons on crack.
She's good.
Yeah.
She has like the high-end stores. There's a Gucci store and stuff like that.
And it's all the
outlets.
legitimate stuff too that's sent out from
So
LA.
good, so good.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things in the wardrobe from that outlet. Anyway, but never spent time. And
In actual Palm Springs.
I think Palm Springs really took I won't say a resurgence, but it really is kind of like a gay mecca for older men, would
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah.
And women.
Like a retirement-esque community.
Was supposed to go last year, but then something happened with my schedule and I just wasn't able to go.
We're going to go to the white party?
No. Where are we? No, I don't think so. We were
Okay.
just going. A friend of mine rented a house there, and I was supposed to go. And then,
I honestly
and
don't know what the white party is. I just have a friend who's
I like
going.
how you said that. I like how you said like you were
So convincing.
Yeah, it was. I think do white parties everywhere though. But yeah, I've never really been. I would love to go. We need to go.
Let's go.
We need to record a podcast
Out there.
Out there.
Yeah.
Done. Let's do it
Perfect.
by the pool.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I want a picture. I have to work on my summer bod, but I want a picture in one of those like unicorn floaties, you know, that everybody does.
So
It's so good. But no. Speaking of like recording a podcast, we are, for all you listeners out there, we are actually, and maybe we'll see you there, going to listen to and view a live taping, their first live taping actually, of Inside the Closet.
Yes,
At
tell us about that because
NYC
I have no idea.
Podfest.
So just so you guys know, Connor is so good at keeping me up to date. He makes me feel like an old person because he will send me something. I was like, what is that? Like, what are you talking about? So what are we going to? Because I have no idea. I've just agreed to do it.
I don't even know how I found it. It's NYC Podfest, and I was just looking through. Oh, let's see, what sounds good. None of the NPR ones that I like were there, so I was scrolling through. Like, okay, I mean, no offense or shade thrown to anybody that I have never heard of before, but just whatever podcasts were interesting to me, and I found this one, and I mean tickets were dirt cheap. It was only like $10, and it's two comedians, and I can't remember what their names are. The
That's
one dude
great.
has a stash, the other girl's blonde.
I'll make sure
Great,
I
yeah.
tag them in this, this clip.
I know, be like
Definitely showing them.
Well, I've never listened to their podcast.
Okay, so we should commit ourselves to listen to at least a couple of podcasts. And
Right
then-
before Sunday.
Yeah. Is it this Sunday?
It's this Sunday.
It sure is this Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, we
Slash
got some
my
work
birthday,
to do.
so it'll be a celebratory.
Ooh.
Yeah. We'll need to know what their names are.
Well, we'll review it and then we'll
And then we'll fangirl.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
We talked about you in our podcast.
Well, so I have something.
Okay.
What?
You go.
No, what were you going to say?
You go. No, mine's like more for the future.
So, excuse me. Things to look forward to.
Exactly.
I messed up on this transition earlier. You were talking about allies.
Okay.
And I read yesterday.
So Billboard, allies, music.
Yes.
Transition.
That was a little more seamless. Anyway, NBA star Reggie Bullock, he plays for the Detroit Pistons, and his sister was murdered, who was a trans girl. I think she was murdered possibly. No. Murdered back in 2014. She was stabbed to death and so badly beaten that she was unrecognizable when the body was discovered. Anyway, I just think it's absolutely amazing that he has teamed up with GLAAD and Athlete Ally. And he held this event at one of these big centers. I think it was Little Caesars Arena. I'm guessing it's in Detroit.
Okay.
Because he's Detroit Pistons. You
That
said I
might
put that
be-
together.
yeah.
You said, that's how smart I am. Anyway.
I wonder if it's round, shaped like a pizza, you know?
I hate you for that. I hate you so much for that.
Pizza.
But I just want to read his post. I want to
Reggie's.
express. Yeah, Reggie's post.
And
yes.
when was his post?
This was the day before yesterday, actually. So a couple of days ago.
Okay.
He posted to his Instagram.
Oh, shoot. Yesterday was Easter.
Yeah.
It's
yes,
only
it was
Monday.
It is.
I forgot I came right from the airport. This is
Oh,
weird.
gosh. She's prima donna. Anyway.
Oh.
I want to
Oh, that's
express.
traveling.
You
Sorry.
listen to this quote.
Shut up.
I want to express the urgency needed for people to come together and stand up for LGBTQ equality. I'm proud to join Athlete Ally as an ambassador and continue bringing attention to much needed fight for the LGBTQ community. And this just makes me like,
Can we just put a round of applause in there?
okay,
For
so,
Reggie.
but I like how you were doing the poetic claps and then the fake. We can insert the clap.
Perfect.
Here.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, I love that. I think it's so important for us to have allies in the community that are not just like us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
And that's such a stigma too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's gay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's bi. Oh, he wants to be. He's trans.
Okay, I want you to calm down. I don't know
know
where
what I
this
mean?
voice is coming from.
Neither do I. Should we name that character?
We are definitely not. But so yeah, shout out to Reggie. Shout out to
Yeah.
Reggie. And then
Well, real quick, not that this has to do with LGBTQ, but like just
this is an
allies in-
LGBTQ podcast, so it
I
make it
know,
relate.
I know. I'm sorry, but that one football player who I can never remember, he's on the Seahawks, and he Irish dances, like for cross training, and it's so cool. We'll talk about that.
We're
at
doing a
different
great
time.
job
Yeah.
on knowing people's names. So
I
this
know. I
episode,
can't
really
remember
great
what
job.
his name is, but it's so cool because he actually he inspired this one kid who was getting bullied at school for Irish dancing, and the football player invited he and his family to be on the field for one of their games.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I cannot remember what his name is.
Thanks, you're great.
I know.
Also, did you hear about this? Possibly, well, he is gay.
Oh my gosh, he's the mayor of South Bend.
Yes.
Yeah, I
How do you know about this?
Mayor Peter Buttigieg.
Okay, I'm so glad you know how to
'Cause you can't
pronounce
pronounce
it.
his last name.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna need him to alter
I
this name
follow
before he
him.
goes for the White House.
Well, yeah, he and his long-time boyfriend
And now
partner, fiance.
Yes.
They're getting prepped for their wedding.
Yeah. What is that?
Well, no, it's huge because I went to Notre Dame, and so like South Bend, when he officially came out, like that was such a momentous occasion, not just for the South Bend community and Notre Dame, you know, being a Catholic university, but that's where Pence was the governor of Indiana,
Wow.
and this dude. Yeah, I think. Did I send that to you? That article to you?
I actually found this on my own, but I
Okay,
like
that's
how you tried it though. You tried it. Yeah, that
No,
is
but
so
it's
cool.
yeah.
that we could-
Everybody look up Mayor Peter, the best dude. He's so down to earth too.
Mayor
Okay,
Peter, is that his name? Mayor
Buttigieg.
Peter. Okay.
Buttigieg. It's a Polish name, and his father. What is about the his? He comes from not well-to-do, but like a historically.
He was also a war veteran. let me
Thank
just
you.
say.
He
Not
was
his father,
He
but-
was.
yeah.
Peter was, as
Yeah.
was his father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I can't remember what his father. I think his father was also some very high up political or governmental person?
Official. Official.
Oh, official.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was an official.
Yeah. Do you think we're ready for a gay presidential nominee?
We're not even ready. Oh, for a presidential nominee? Yes.
Notice I said that, presidential nominee.
Yes, that was a good part on your.
Okay. And before we wrap up,
apparently we're not ready for a female president.
Yeah, well,
said tongue in cheek.
Like how you
insert if you couldn't pick it up. No, I think he would make a great president.
I don't know anything about him, so I'm gonna research it and then bring a story back to you after I do my research.
Because it's actually his policies are very interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, because he's not as liberal as you would think.
Oh. Now tell us
he's brought South Bend back.
Okay.
I mean, and South Bend is a rust belt. I mean, not kind of. Studebaker used to be the big industry there, which was a car, and then it died. And
what
so
was
South
it?
Bend.
Oh, okay.
Studebaker was a brand of car.
Okay. Never heard of it before in my life.
Right. It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did it leave?
I don't know, 70s.
Oh, okay. That's
80s. Yeah, I mean, because their plant was South Bend, and then that went away, and then it was like, okay, well, South Bend has Notre Dame, but like Notre Dame is its own
nice little Notre Dame bubble.
So tell me what we have to before we wrap up.
Oh my gosh!
Episode.
Okay, we need to see a few things. Boy Erased movie coming out, another good one. Conversion Therapy. Speaking of conversion therapy, there's also a film being not premiered, but shown at the Tribeca Film Festival.
Okay.
Starring Chloe Grace Moretz.
Love her.
Called The Miseducation of Cameron Post.
Okay.
So that's another conversion therapy one.
Oh, wow.
And then another movie that I'm seeing at the Tribeca Film Festival, and I need to send you these things. It's towards the end of April. A movie called Every Act of Life.
Okay.
And then you and I still need to watch on Netflix The Death and Life of Marsha P. Johnson.
We will. We will see that before our next episode.
Yes, and we will talk to you about that. And then three musicals, not musicals, Broadway off Broadway, Angels in America, which is a long haul. It's like 7.5 hours.
Angels in America.
They showed it on HBO.
Okay.
Like HBO made a movie of it a few years, actually a long time ago, where Meryl Streep played the angel.
Okay, I remember. Okay, yes.
Yeah, read the book or read the screenplay. It's very good. And then another one called Afterglow that I really want to see.
Okay.
And then, a letter to Harvey Milk.
Oh, interesting.
Letters from Harvey Milk. I can't remember. I didn't write it down, but something like that.
We are a mess today.
I know.
Oh, we are.
If you just type letters, Harvey Milk, Broadway.
It'll come up.
Yeah, just Google that. Sorry, you have to put in a little more effort.
Yeah.
But we love you still for listening. So yeah, there's a lot going on, a lot coming up, a lot to listen to.
Love it.
Now we just need to add a book section. What's
we
a new
do.
book? Yeah.
Oh, we should do. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, movies, books, theater. We'll
and
get there.
On that note,
as we stare blankly into each other's eyes, waiting for the other to.
And on that note, that's a wrap, Connor, for this episode.
Good work.
Good work.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of The Privy featuring me, Connor.
And be sure to hit us up at The Privy Podcast on all social media platforms. Twitter, which we are really bad at actually tweeting or putting anything on that platform. Instagram.
Do the gram.
Yeah, the gram. I'm doing a little bit better with The Privy Podcast Instagram, but I need to do a little bit better.
Okay. Well, I love it.
Thank you.
I'm partial.
When I post. And then, yes. Keep every morning when you wake up, you type into your web browser theprivypodcast.com, and it may just be a website. I promise you.
But don't worry, if you follow any of the socials, it'll probably be all over there the same day.
All over as soon as it drops. You will know.
Ready for it. Well, thank you again, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Courtney, for having me.
To the Connor's Corner. Let's not forget about that.
I love it.
He has returned.
Yes.
And that's it, guys.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
Bye.
Bye.